Earth was loud, crowded, and tired. Ethan Hale stood on the roof of his old apartment building and looked at the gray sky. The air smelled of smoke and dust. Flying ads moved slowly between broken towers, showing happy faces that felt fake. Below him, the city never slept, but it also never cared. Ethan was 27 years old, and he felt older than the city itself. His life was simple in a bad way. He worked long hours. He paid high rent. He had no land, no house, and no future. On Earth, everything belonged to someone else. Ethan checked his phone. Another message from his landlord. Another rent increase. He laughed softly, not because it was funny, but because there was nothing else to do. Earth sucks, he said to the empty roof. Suddenly, every screen in the city went black. The flying ads froze in the air. Cars stopped. Phones stopped working. For one silent second, the entire world held its breath. Then the sky lit up. A massive symbol appeared above the city, glowing blue and white. It was not a human language, but everyone understood it. The words appeared inside their minds, clear and sharp. Attention, planet Earth. People screamed. Some fell to their knees. Others stared in fear. Ethan didn't move. He just watched. After Galactic review, humans are officially classified as a Tier 0 survival species. Across the planet, alien ships appeared in the sky. Not attacking, just watching. On Earth, governments tried to respond. Militaries powered up weapons. But the alien message continued, calm and cold. TIERO status means extreme adaptability, high pain tolerance, dangerous persistence. Aliens had studied Earth for a long time. Wars, diseases, pollution, hunger. Humans survived all of it. Not because Earth was kind, but because humans refused to die. Earth is now classified as a high-stress death world. Ethan felt something strange in his chest. Pride, fear, anger, death world. That was his home. A galactic migration program is now open. New images filled the sky. Clean planets, blue oceans, green fields, cities without smoke. Houses that touch the ground, not the sky. Any human may leave Earth. Transport is free. Land ownership is guaranteed. The city exploded into noise. People shouted. People cried. Some laughed. Others didn't believe it. Land ownership. Ethan's heart started beating fast. On Earth, land was a dream. Only the rich had it. Everyone else just rented space until they died. Warning, the voice added. Most species believe humans will fail outside Earth. Alien faces appeared on the screens. Tall beings. Calm eyes. Soft voices. You are considered emotionally unstable. You are considered too aggressive. You are considered unsuitable for peaceful worlds. Some humans got angry. Others felt insulted. Ethan smiled. They said the same things. About him on Earth. Applications open now. The screens returned to normal. The sky went gray again, but nothing was the same. Ethan went back to his apartment. It felt smaller than before. The walls were thin. The future was thinner. He opened his old computer. The migration program site loaded slowly. Millions of humans were applying at the same time. Name, age, health, skills. Ethan hesitated at one question. Why do you want to leave Earth? He thought about rent, about broken systems, about being invisible. Then he typed, because I want a life, not just survival. He clicked submit. A green light flashed. Application accepted. Ethan stared at the screen. Just like that. No money. No connections. No power. Earth had nothing left for him. 2 days later, an alien transport ship hovered over the city. It was huge and silent. Humans lined up below, carrying small bags and big hopes. Ethan stood in line. Holding everything he owned in one backpack. As he stepped onto the ship, an alien officer checked his data. The alien leaned closer and spoke in a low voice. "Meant only for Ethan. Human," the officer whispered. "You do not understand what you are." Ethan looked up. The alien's eyes were serious. "Your kind was shaped by suffering," the officer said. "And the galaxy is not ready for that." The ship doors closed. Earth disappeared below. And Ethan's real story began. The alien ship was enormous. Its walls shimmered with colors that Ethan had no names for. He felt small, tiny, like a grain of sand floating in a vast ocean. Humans had never built anything like this. Not even close. The aliens guided him through long corridors, smooth and glowing. They didn't speak much. Their eyes were sharp, calm, and unreadable. Every human on the ship felt nervous. Ethan felt excited. Finally, they arrived at the landing bay. Through massive windows, Ethan saw the alien world for the first time. The planet was beautiful. The sky was a soft green blue. Rivers sparkled like liquid glass. Mountains stretched far and high, covered with silver forests. No smoke, no traffic, no noise of suffering. Ethan's heart raced. This was not Earth. This was freedom. The aliens handed him a small device. A translator. Without it, he wouldn't understand a word here. Then, two aliens approached. The first was Lyra. She had smooth blue skin and eyes like polished crystal. Her voice was calm and warm. She smiled slightly. "Welcome, human," she said. "I am Lyra. I will teach you our ways." The second was Kayla. She looked like a warrior, strong shoulders, sharp eyes, and silver hair that glowed faintly in the light. Her tone was firm. "I am Kayla," she said. "You will listen. You will learn. And you will survive. If you can." Ethan gulped. These two were not just guides. They were tests. The alien showed him a small house. It was simple but perfect. Clean walls, comfortable furniture, a kitchen that made any food automatically, a small garden outside. Then came the biggest shock. The house was his, owned, forever. Ethan blinked. He looked at Lyra. He looked at Kayla. "Wait, this is mine?" he asked. Lyra nodded. "It is yours. All humans who pass the first steps get land, ownership. You are free here." Kayla crossed her arms. "Do not think it will be easy. Ownership is just the start. Prove you deserve it." Ethan's smile grew. This was nothing like Earth. On Earth, no one handed him anything for free. Not a roof. Not food. Not respect. But here, they expected him to survive, to adapt, to prove he belonged. The first few days were hard. Alien food tasted strange. Alien language was confusing. Alien customs were weird. Lyra guided him patiently. She showed him how to use alien tools, communicate with neighbors, and understand local laws. Kayla trained him physically. Her exercises were simple but exhausting. Humans had stamina, she said, but their bodies were soft. Ethan discovered muscles he never knew he had. The other aliens watched him. Most were quiet. A few were skeptical. They had never seen a human before. Ethan noticed something strange. While the humans struggled, their minds were sharp, quick, creative, resourceful. One morning, an alien council member approached Ethan. "You repaired a broken energy module yesterday," they said, nodding slowly. "With just basic tools. And no instruction." Ethan shrugged. "I just figured it out." Lyra smiled behind him. Kayla's eyes glinted with respect. The council member paused. "You are unusual. Perhaps your species is not as weak as we believed." That night, Ethan lay on his new bed and stared at the ceiling. For the first time, he felt something strange. Hope. Not hope that the world would give him something. Hope that he could survive. hoped that he could thrive, but the galaxy was not done testing him. From the window, he saw a small fleet of alien ships approaching the planet. Not friendly, not threatening yet, just watching. Lyra stood beside him. They are observers. The galaxy does not believe humans belong here. Kayla added, most of them think you will fail. Ethan's lips curled into a small smile. Then I'll show them we don't fail. Lyra raised an eyebrow. Kayla smirked faintly. For the first time in his life, Ethan felt alive. Not just surviving, thriving, and far above the alien world, the first whispers of a new story began. A story that would change not just him, but the entire galaxy. Ethan had been on the alien planet for a week. Every day was a challenge. Every task tested him in ways Earth never had. The aliens watched closely. Some doubted him. Others were curious. The Alien Council had one rule for humans: prove you belong, or leave. The first test was mental. Aliens presented a puzzle that required logic, memory, and teamwork. Ethan studied it carefully. Unlike the aliens who relied on perfect calculations, Ethan trusted instinct. He noticed patterns no alien considered and solved the puzzle in half the expected time. Lyra observed quietly. Kayla's expression was unreadable, but her eyes betrayed interest. Next came the physical test. The aliens expected humans to fail. They designed an obstacle course with shifting platforms, gravity changes, and energy barriers. Aliens moved gracefully, as if they were floating. Humans stumbled. Ethan fell more than once. He scraped knees, twisted ankles, and felt exhaustion like never before. But he refused to stop. Step by step, breath by breath, he moved forward. When he finally reached the finish, every alien nearby whispered. Some were shocked. Some laughed softly, laughs tinged with respect. Humans are strange, one alien muttered. They feel fear, but they fight anyway. Lyra approached him afterward. You think too much like an Earth human, she said softly. But that is exactly why you succeed. Kayla nodded. Your body is weaker, but your mind is dangerous. That night, Ethan lay in his small alien house, exhausted but exhilarated. He had survived the tests. Yet, he knew this was only the beginning. In the days that followed, he explored more of the alien planet. He studied their machines, repaired broken devices, and even improved some systems using basic human tools. The aliens had never seen solutions so simple yet effective. Small acts like fixing a broken water filter with a piece of scrap metal earned him glances of admiration. For the first time, humans were not seen as fragile or primitive, they were useful. Ethan noticed something else. Other humans who had arrived earlier struggled silently. They were strong, but they hesitated. Fear held them back. Ethan, shaped by Earth's harshness, did not hesitate. That made him different. That made him dangerous. One afternoon, an alien council member called him to the central chamber. The room was vast, filled with hovering screens and glowing panels. You survived every trial so far, the member said. Most humans fail the first day. Some fail the first hour. Yet you adapt. You endure. You learn. Ethan looked at them, tired but confident. I survived Earth. Everything else is easier in comparison. The council member's expression shifted. Respect mixed with caution. Your species, we underestimated. You are stronger than your home world should allow. The galaxy may not be ready for humans. Lyra stood nearby, smiling faintly. Humans are built differently, she said. Stronger in ways we cannot predict. Kayla nodded silently. She didn't smile. Not yet. But her eyes held something new. Trust. Respect. Ethan spent the next few weeks learning alien ways and teaching his own. He shared simple strategies from Earth ideas for efficiency, teamwork, and problem-solving. Aliens who had mocked humans began to watch quietly. One evening, Kayla said quietly, "You may have saved this colony without even realizing it." Ethan shook his head. "I just do what I know. Earth taught me how to survive. That's all." Lyra touched his arm. "Survival alone is not enough. You inspire others. You change them." As the sun set over the alien world, painting the sky in shades of violet and silver, Ethan realized something important. Humans were not weak. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were unpredictable, dangerous in ways the galaxy could not yet understand. And that was the truth the aliens feared the most. High above the planet, distant alien ships watched silently. Observers waiting for the humans to fail. Ethan smiled faintly. He didn't plan to fail. Not here. Not anywhere. The galaxy had underestimated Earth, and that was about to change forever. The alien world was peaceful. Too peaceful. Ethan felt it in his bones. This calm would not last. One morning, alarms blared across the planet. Lights flashed red. A deep rumble shook the ground. Aliens ran through the streets, calling for orders. The distant horizon glowed with ships, thousands of them, sleek and black, moving like predators. "These are not patrol ships," Kayla said, her voice sharp. "They are hunters, and they are here for war." Ethan stepped forward. "What's stopping us from fighting back?" The alien council hesitated. Their species avoided violence whenever possible. They believed in diplomacy, in careful planning. Humans, they fought when cornered. You fight differently," one council member said nervously. "You are reckless, emotional, dangerous." Ethan smiled faintly. "On Earth, reckless and emotional kept us alive. Maybe it works here too." The enemy ships fired energy pulses that cut through the air. Cities shook. Buildings crumbled. Aliens panicked. Lyra grabbed Ethan's arm. "You have to be careful. We do not survive like humans do." Ethan shook his head. "No, I survive like a human. I fight like one. That's the only way." Kayla, for the first time, nodded. She did not speak, but she followed him as he moved toward the command center. Inside, the aliens had complex systems, holograms, energy shields, and automated defense grids. But the machines could not react fast enough. They had never faced an enemy like this before. Ethan studied the battle plans. The alien strategy was too slow, too cautious. He remembered Earth, its chaos, its wars, its desperate creativity. "Stop relying on the machines," he said. "They can't think. Humans can. Let me show you." The aliens exchanged uneasy looks, but allowed it. Ethan drew a simple map on a holographic table. Lines, arrows, traps, decoys. Nothing fancy. No advanced tech. Just human logic and instinct. Divide their forces. Trap them in small zones. Use the environment. Don't fight where they expect you to fight, he instructed. Lyra helped him coordinate the alien units. Kayla led small teams to set up defenses. The aliens moved, shocked by the simplicity of the plan. The first wave of attackers arrived. Aliens fired, but their shots were scattered. Humans, though, moved with precision, timing traps, guiding ships, and using quick strategies. Ethan watched from the command center. His heart pounded. Sweat dripped from his forehead. This was unlike anything on Earth. Bigger, faster, deadlier. And yet, it worked. Ships were trapped. Energy pulses misfired. Enemy formations collapsed. Aliens stared in disbelief as humans, using nothing but quick thinking and courage, turned the tide of the battle. Kayla shouted over the chaos, "Human, you're crazy." Ethan grinned. "Crazy keeps us alive." Lyra, beside him, smiled softly. "And inspires others." The enemy retreated. They were fast, precise, and ruthless, but not prepared for human unpredictability. When silence returned, the alien council gathered. Their faces were a mixture of relief, awe, and fear. "You led the defense," one elder said slowly. "We did not think humans could command. Or think this way." Ethan wiped sweat from his brow. "We survived differently. That's all." Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder. Kayla's gaze softened slightly. The humans had earned not just respect, they had proven humans could change the galaxy. Far above the planet, observers watched silently. They took notes. Some of them whispered, "Tier 0 survival species. Underestimated at our own risk." Ethan looked out at the horizon, at the battle-scarred land, and smiled. The galaxy had tested him, and humans had answered. But he knew this was just the beginning. The enemy would return, stronger, smarter, deadlier. And next time, the humans would not just survive, they would fight. The first human-led victory had changed the alien world forever, and somewhere deep in his heart, Ethan realized Earth had prepared him for this moment. Earth had made humans dangerous. And now the galaxy would see it firsthand. The enemy ships had retreated, but only for now. Ethan knew it was not over. The attackers were smart, organized, and ruthless. Aliens panicked again at the thought of another wave. Ethan, Lyra, and Kayla stood at the top of the command tower. Below them, humans and aliens worked together, preparing defenses, repairing buildings, and setting traps. "Humans fight differently," Lyra said quietly. "They improvise, take risks, protect others, even when the odds are impossible." Kayla nodded. "We will see if that is enough." The next attack came faster than expected. The enemy ships swooped down in black clouds, firing energy beams that shattered buildings. Alien soldiers panicked, unsure where to focus. Ethan ran to the center of the command deck. He barked orders like a general, not with machines, but with humans guiding aliens. His strategy was simple: confuse the enemy, divide them, and hit where they least expected. Small human teams moved across the battlefield, planting traps and luring enemy ships into tight zones. Aliens followed Ethan's directions reluctantly at first, but then they saw results. Kayla led a squad into the thick of battle. She dodged energy pulses, directing human fighters, and used her own combat skills to protect civilians. Suddenly, an enemy ship targeted Kayla. Ethan saw it on the holographic display. Without thinking, he grabbed a control panel and rerouted energy shields to cover her position. The beam hit the ground instead of Kayla. She looked at him, astonished. "Human, you actually saved me." Ethan shrugged. "Humans look out for each other. That's how we survive." Meanwhile, Lyra coordinated defensive grids, using a mix of alien tech and human improvisation. Her calm mind, combined with Ethan's unpredictability, created strategies that the enemy had never faced before. The tide of the battle began to turn. Enemy ships became trapped, their formations broken. Aliens who had doubted humans stared in shock. Humans were leading the fight. Humans were changing the rules. During the chaos, Ethan noticed civilians trapped in a collapsing building. He ran, dodging debris and enemy fire, pulling several humans and aliens to safety. Lyra helped him guide them to the shelters, while Kayla cleared the path. By the time the battle ended, the enemy had retreated completely. Their ships vanished into the stars, leaving destruction behind, but no lives lost among the human-led defense teams. The alien council gathered afterward. Faces a mixture of awe, fear, and grudging respect. "You," one elder began, "you have done what we thought impossible. You have defended us better than our best generals could." Ethan smiled faintly. "We just do what we know. On Earth, survival meant helping each other. That's all." Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder. "You have done more than survive. You inspired everyone. Humans are no longer guests. You are allies." Kella's voice was quiet but firm. "And now, you are part of this world." Ethan looked out at the battle-scarred land. Alien cities were damaged, but humans had proved something far greater than rebuilding structures. They had changed minds. Aliens who once doubted now watched in wonder. The humans cheered quietly, tired but proud. They had not only survived, they had led, protected, and fought. The galaxy had underestimated them, and humans had answered with courage, instinct, and heart. That night, as Ethan sat in his small house, Lyra beside him and Kayla training outside, he realized the truth. Earth had been cruel, harsh, and unforgiving. But it had made humans strong, ready, dangerous. He whispered to himself, a smile playing on his lips. "They thought we would fail. But we never do." And far above the planet, distant alien observers recorded every move. Some ships took notes. Some whispered among themselves, Tier 0 survival species, underestimated at their own risk. The galaxy had witnessed the first human-led victory. And the humans were only getting started. Ethan knew this was the moment where humans stopped being simple refugees. They were now legends in the making. The stars beyond seemed brighter than ever, full of challenges, and Ethan was ready. The battle had ended, but life on the alien world was only beginning. Humans had proven themselves, but survival alone was not enough. Ethan knew this. He wanted more for himself, for the people who came with him, and for the future of humanity among the stars. The alien council summoned Ethan. Lyra and Kayla stood beside him as he entered the grand chamber. The room was vast, with floating lights and walls that shimmered like liquid crystal. Every alien in the council watched him carefully. "You have done what no human was expected to do," the eldest council member said. "You led, you fought, you inspired. And you have changed our perception of your species." Ethan nodded. "We survive. That's what humans do." The council member's eyes softened. "We now offer you permanent land, leadership roles in the settlement, and full citizenship for all humans who wish to stay." Lyra smiled faintly. Kella's usually stern face softened. This was more than a victory. This was recognition. Ethan stepped outside, where a crowd of humans and aliens waited. The humans cheered quietly, still in awe of what had been offered. Land ownership, safety, a permanent home. It was beyond anything they had imagined. The council guided them to a new settlement. This area had fertile land, flowing rivers, and a view of the alien mountains. Houses were ready, larger than the first one Ethan had received, with gardens, workshops, and shared spaces for the humans to gather and plan. Ethan claimed his house. Standing at the entrance as Lyra and Kayla approached, Lyra placed a hand on his arm. "You've earned this, more than anyone expected." Kayla nodded, her voice quiet but strong. "Your people have earned respect here, and trust. We will stand with you, human." Humans began building their new lives. They planted gardens, repaired old buildings, and set up schools for their children. Aliens helped at first, but gradually, humans did more themselves. They adapted quickly, learned the local language, and introduced simple improvements inspired by Earth. The aliens watched, fascinated. What had seemed like fragile humans were now organized, clever, and bold. Lyra and Kayla often walked among them, guiding, mentoring, but also learning from their creativity. One evening, Ethan stood on his porch, watching the twin suns set over the mountains. The sky glowed in shades of pink and gold. Lyra joined him, carrying a small alien plant. "This is for your garden," she said softly. "A reminder that life grows wherever it is cared for." Ethan smiled. "Thank you. I think humans will make this world grow too." Kayla appeared behind them, arms crossed but a small smile on her face. "You've changed more than buildings and fields, Ethan. You've changed minds." Aliens see humans differently now. They trust us. Ethan nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility. Trust is earned. We'll keep earning it. Night fell, and the stars shone brighter than ever. Humans gathered around fires, sharing stories from Earth, laughing, and teaching alien children simple games. The world was not perfect, but for the first time, Ethan felt something he hadn't felt on Earth in years home. The alien observers far above recorded every detail. Whispers traveled through the galaxy. Earth's Tier 0 species not only survived, but thrived. They are dangerous, adaptable, unstoppable. Ethan looked at the horizon, his thoughts quiet. Earth had made humans strong, yes. But this world, this new world, was teaching them something else. Cooperation, leadership, and legacy. Lyra touched his shoulder again. Do you ever miss Earth? Ethan shook his head. Not really. Earth prepared us, but it never belonged to us. Here, we can build, grow, and belong. Kayla smirked, teasing for once. You sound almost sentimental. Ethan laughed softly. Maybe, but humans need hope to survive. And we have it now. As the twin suns disappeared behind the mountains, Ethan realized something important. Humans had a place in the galaxy, not as guests. Not as weaklings, but as survivors, leaders, and creators. The galaxy had underestimated Earth for too long. And now, humanity had a home worth staying for. The alien world was quiet at dawn. The twin suns rose slowly, casting long shadows across the settlements humans had built. Buildings glimmered with alien light, gardens bloomed with new life, and humans moved with purpose. Life had changed, and so had they. Ethan stood on a small hill overlooking the settlement. Lyra and Kayla were beside him. The wind carried scents of flowers, fresh soil, and the distant mountains. For the first time, Ethan felt a deep sense of peace. But his mind remained alert because the galaxy was vast, and humans were no longer unknown. The Alien Council had sent messages across neighboring systems. Every observer, every fleet, every species in nearby galaxies now knew humans had arrived and survived. Not as victims, not as guests, but as a force to respect. Lyra spoke softly. They will remember your people now. All the systems, all the planets, they'll know humans are not weak. Kayla added, Earth may have seemed cruel, but it trained you. Every challenge, every fight, it made humans dangerous. Ethan nodded. He remembered the gray streets of Earth, the smoke, the poverty, the endless struggle. He remembered hunger, fear, and the constant fight to survive. Those years, painful as they were, had prepared him. Prepared humans. Now, humans were no longer Earthlings trapped by circumstance. They were pioneers, leaders, survivors, and innovators. Aliens who had doubted them now respected them, even feared their potential. Small fleets of humans began exploring the alien planet's surroundings. Some were scouting. Others were building trade posts. Aliens helped, but humans led. They learned quickly, adapted fast, and used simple, clever strategies that even advanced alien minds had not considered. Lyra turned to Ethan. Do you ever regret leaving Earth? Ethan shook his head. No, Earth wasn't weak. It was training. It prepared us for a galaxy that doesn't forgive the weak. Kayla smirked. And now you've shown everyone that humans are not just survivors, they are teachers, fighters, and leaders. The humans gathered for a ceremony that evening. Aliens and humans alike watched as the council recognized humans officially as permanent residents of the galaxy. Land, rights, and leadership positions were granted, not because aliens had no choice, but because humans had earned it. Ethan stepped forward. He looked at the crowd of humans who had followed him, some still afraid, some eager, all curious. He thought of Earth, the hardships, the failures, the lessons. You survived Earth, he said, voice steady. You survived fear, hunger, pain, and failure. And now you survive here. Not as refugees, not as weaklings, but as humans. Strong, clever, and unstoppable. The galaxy underestimated us, but we proved them wrong. The crowd erupted in cheers. Lyra and Kayla stood beside him, proud and smiling. From the sky above, distant observers took note. Tier 0 humans were not just survivors. They were a galactic presence, a species shaped by hardship and strengthened by endurance. Ethan walked back to his house that night, passing gardens, schools, and workshops humans had built. His eyes rested on the horizon. Earth was far away, but it had given him and his people everything they needed: grit, courage, and the will to thrive. He turned to Lyra and Kayla. "We've come far, but this is only the beginning. One day, humans will not just survive. They'll shape the galaxy." Lyra smiled. "They'll remember you as the one who led the first step." Kayla nodded. "And you'll remember the ones who fought beside you." Ethan looked up at the stars. The galaxy was wide, full of danger and opportunity. Humans were ready. Earth had never broken them, it had trained them. Every hardship, every fight, every failure had prepared them for this moment. And for the first time in his life, Ethan felt a deep pride that stretched beyond himself. Beyond the planet, beyond the stars, humans had arrived. The galaxy would never be the same. Earth didn't make us weak. It made us unstoppable. The story ended not with defeat or fear, but with hope, strength, and the unmistakable spirit of humans' Tier 0 survivors who had become a legend among the stars.